On the line, our good friend, the mayor of the city of Biloxi, Mayor FoFo Gilich. Good morning there, Mayor. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Gerard. Appreciate it. Always love the SuperTalk opportunity. Thank you, man.
You got it. All right, so how are things going down there in Biloxi and the Gulf Coast in general? Or, I know you guys are dealing with the rise in the Delta variant cases. How's that affecting your hospitals, your economy, your schools, et cetera?
Well, there's always, mass challenges with as far as the schools and the younger folks. But as a group of mayors, Dr. Dobbs, we actually, through a video conference and go meeting, had about 10 mayors as well as Dr. Dobbs, and trying to talk about what we're facing here in the next 8 weeks. Hospitals are getting ready back up there as far as ICU and beds. So it is of concern. One thing, a couple of things we learned, but vaccinations is the key. 97% of those problems come from unvaccinated, and some breakthroughs through. But the younger folks, 50 and under, is 28, 29%, and the older folks like me, are about 10% of the hospitalizations that we're facing now. But it moves fast, and that's what I've learned. And it's going to, UK, I think, is tracking about 8-week cycle, and I think that Dr. Dobbs indicated to me that this is going to be over in 8 weeks. Good, bad, or ugly, it's coming through. It's hard to really get a handle on it, because I had mentioned about contact tracing, because it's moving too fast to be effective in taking action. But vaccinations is a key.
How's that going down on the coast or in Biloxi? Are you tracking, do you feel like, sort of the same rate as we are statewide, about 35% of our population being fully vaccinated? Is it similar in your area?
We feel that's the truth. That's what I understand. As far as my 600 employees, we're better than that. Hopefully that there'll be some opportunity to even close that to moving into around 70%. I think we're around 50% now. So it's a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. What about the business community, Mayor? What are you hearing from them? Are they starting to see kind of a drop off? I'm hearing around the area here that folks are getting, I guess, a little leery of entering businesses in close proximity to others. There just seems to be a little bit of a heightened concern about that. Are you hearing any of that?
No, not from the local business, smaller business. Of course, the casinos have a tremendous amount of activity there, and they've done a good job. Yeah. And we've had some record months as far as gaming. Four straight were unbelievable. And but they've done a credible job. I think a couple of them already indicated that their employees will be using masks. But there's been no drop off as far as just dollars in business. I think. But what indicated to us was avoid the weddings and funerals and big gatherings indoors, or where some knows with people.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I know I've tried to get a room at one of the popular casinos down there. Tried about 3 weeks ago for next weekend and was unable to. So sold out, booked out, which is good.
Weekends are, and two, we've done some record numbers with 70% of the rooms that they can sell. So it's not fully staffed.
That's true.
So they're doing a tremendous amount of money with 60-70% of the overhead related to operations.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're seeing the same thing we are across the state in our country, that all these businesses are looking for people and having a hard time getting the staff they need.
That's true. I mean, it's been like that since February.
Yeah. It's definitely a problem that, and it's not clear when that will sort of stabilize and that balance will be worked out. What about some of the new economic development projects you guys got on the boards in Biloxi and the coast in general? What's that looking like now, Mayor?
It's moving in the right direction. With the numbers as far as tourism and gaming, we've had 4 record months, and there are 2 big opportunities with the Tivoli, and multi-million, almost $2 billion worth of investment that's on the table to finalize, get the dotted lines and the financing in place to move forward. So that's pretty significant, and we had inquiries every day, so the last month I think we were number 5 in the country, right behind Atlantic City, as far as gaming. And this is not per capita; this is pure dollars. And
Wow.
you hear some of the negative news. Everybody wants to make bad news out of good news. And they said it was because of the incentives and so forth. It doesn't matter to me. Our product was you get here one time. People have come here. The numbers show that you've been here. You mentioned stuff about these weekends. It's packed. It's sold out. And we're hopeful, and we've always said, just get them here one time. They'll be back. They'll want to be back. So that's where we are. And I think this summer and even from February, it's proved to be the case.
Yeah. Mayor, I understand that there were some current concerns that were discussed at a recent Board of Supervisors meeting regarding your ambulance services provider, AMR. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, we're Biloxi and Gulfport, where most of the population is, but we have 7,000 hotel rooms, so it adds not only to the population, but to the visitation that, we want our guests and our visitors. And so if they feel like they're getting sick, we depend on response. Of course, our fire department, just like, Gulfport and some of these others, they're within minutes or yards away from probably where these things can happen.
Yeah.
And the AMR is, again, facing the same kind of challenges as far as what it takes to man the equipment, as far as EMTs. But that's a challenge. We can't. We should be around 10 or 12 minutes, and that's not the case as far as response to emergency situations. That's a concern.
Yeah. Well, I read the report about that. It sure seems like it. So you got some money coming from the federal government. What's the amount that the city of Biloxi is getting from the American Rescue Plan?
ARP, we've received about 11 million. I think the county's received about 40 million. Gulfport's around 19 million. We've sustained a bunch of lost revenue, over that coast, but also we have a number, water and sewer. There's another chunk of that money coming from the federal government. I think 1.5 billion that I've been in discussion with the lieutenant governor. It's for water and sewer and drainage and storm drains and that sort of thing.
Yep.
That we've got our, a wish list and know the understanding of how that additional money can be used and parlayed to make this, these projects reality. So we're confident that we'll get our share.
It sounds like you've already got some plans. You've got your eye on some projects, and you're right. It's limited in scope, as you know, use of those funds, and any kind of water sewer projects are eligible for use of those funds. Do you have some of that you need to address? I mean, you always do running a city. I know that, Mayor, but
we've just finished or in the middle of about $344 million of infrastructure, which is deep sewer, storm drainage, curbs and gutters and so forth. That's about half the city. The peninsula we've been in that since 2015, actually before I came BFF, before FoFo. So we've got a handle on pretty much half the city. Now we're addressing the long term. The storm drain and the sewer systems are old. Everything is old. And so we have a share. We've been planning West Biloxi as well as our master plans, and so we have plenty of projects line itemed out and almost ready to bid. So it won't be lack of projects. I think we're there in position to ask for the money it's intended for.
Well, notwithstanding all that, Mayor, we got about a minute left. How is the city doing financially? You guys in good shape? I know you had interruption in revenues, but have you recovered? Are you in good shape now?
Well, like I said, thank goodness that the rest of especially the drive-in, Las Vegas and some of these other folks, depending on the flying market, people are just now getting back on the planes. But we've already kind of been at a disadvantage with people driving in here, every day. And, we see that as a very positive. So even though the hotel room rates and availability on the weekend were up there, that's just another part of the operations. But, this is America. And so demand is some of the reasons why, these folks are looking at this place as an opportunity to do business.
Absolutely. Mayor, pleasure having you on today. Hopefully we're going to have Mardi Gras again down there, sir. Hope to see you again, if not before.
Hey, we're looking forward to that. And like I said, I think in 8 weeks we'll be in a good situation to really get down and get serious about our lifestyle. Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate everything.
Sounds great. Thank you. Mayor FoFo Gilich of the great city of Biloxi has been our guest. We'll take a break right here.